Alrighty, we have a single fuse box here for a hoist to pull things up into the attic. It's 120 volts. We have our load here. We have our line over here. Here in the country I was born in, we use 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 10 American wire gauge on 30 amps. The larger the number, the smaller the wire size. So I didn't give them to you in the same order. So we have the wires here that go to our So this is our line. This is our line. See, it says line here. So we'll strip with our number 12 pole. We'll make it a little bit longer because it's a bigger screw head. Make our loop the direction our screw turns. And we will put it under our line screw here. So I'm going to take this screw out. I put it around the screw the direction our screw turns here. Close it the direction the screw turns, like that. And we'll put it back in. This is the best way to do it, because that way the pressure is even all the way around the side of the screw. Okay, we'll make sure our wire is back and out of our way here, so it's nice and neat like that. Now we'll bring our ground wire down here, and our white wire down here. Okay, we will take our bare ground wire, and you'll see a green screw in the back here. There's a threaded hole just for your green screw. So we'll loosen that little screw up. This grounds the box. We'll close our loop the direction our screw turns. Close it the direction our screw turns, like that there. And we'll tighten it up. I'll push down on it, just goes under our head all the way around. Like that. Now I'll bring our ground wire over so it is even with this one here. Clip them so they're even. And we will wire nut them. Since this is a sub panel, your grounds and whites have to be isolated. So we'll wire nut our ground wires together. And we'll put it into the back of our box. Make sure it stays down out of our way of everything here, like that. Now we can put our white over here and bring it over. If you look closely, you'll see a slot here where you can slide the wire under, but I don't like to do it that way. I like to put the wire all the way around the screw head so I get a nice connection. Strip with our number 12 hole. You can use this hole on the wire strippers to loop your wires. And we'll put our screw in here and we'll make sure, see how that insulation can get caught under there? So I'm going to open this up, bring it over this way a little bit more. See how our insulation is not caught under the screw head? Close our loop the direction our screw turns. I'm going to strip it longer so we get a better loop. Go up. Now I like to close it all the way around, like that there, because you get a really good solid connection. Tighten it up nice and tight. So here is our white wire going over to our neutral here. And we'll bring our load neutral. We can put it on this screw here. Put it on this screw up here. Close it the direction our screw turns, and our wire is going to be under the insulation, going to be under our screw head there, so we'll take that off. And we will strip it back a little bit further. Again, I'll put it around the screw like this, close my loop, and I can show you how I close the loop on the other side. I like to have the loop closed like that. You always put it on the direction our screw turns. So it's like that there. Make sure we don't get the insulation under the screw head there. And we'll just tighten it up really nice and tight. And our insulation is not caught under that screw head. And we'll push our wire back so it's free of any friction here. From this handle, we want to make sure it's not going to touch the handle. Now we'll put our black wire for the load on the load side of this fuse here. I take just a little bit more than an inch. I'll make my loop the direction our screw turns here. Put our screw in here. Close it like this. See how I get it, the insulation just up to the bottom of the screw head? And the copper all the way around the inside of the terminal there. That's what I want. And we'll just tighten this up nice and tight like that, and we'll have our wire going over here. Push it back so it goes in here nice and straight, like this. Make sure our screws are tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here in the country I was born in, we have, we use, we'll start at the top, we use number 10 for 30 amps, and that's most generally green inside the fuse. That's number 10 American wire gauge. We use number 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. And that's most generally an orange fuse. We use 14 American wire gauge, which is for 15 amps, and that's most generally a blue fuse. Now, if you look at this fuse, you'll see how the base is threaded differently. The reason that is you can put an adapter in, so you can only put the right size fuse that matches the wire, so you don't overload the wire. So we will take and put our 20 amp fuse in our device into our fuse box here. The line is always on the top, so when you pull the switch down, this is not energized, but this up here is energized. So we'll turn this on. We have our fuse in here. It's nice and tight, and we can go downstairs and we can flip our circuit breaker on. Alrighty, so thanks for watching. That is how to wire a 120 volt single fuse box disconnect switch for a motor load or anything else you want to put on it. Peace. Thanks for watching.